some of the sample questions of the Cobol, and these questions we will be taking as a basic questions, and as further videos will come, we will be going through the questions which are tricky or which are difficult one, right? For now, in this video, we'll take the basic questions, right? So the first question would be, what is the level number 77 and what is the difference between level number 01 and 77? So as you can see, 01 and 77 level numbers both serves the same purpose as like 01 and the 77 both are used to declare the data items at the elementary level, means elementary data items declaration both can be used. The only difference is 01 can also be used for declaration of the group data items, which 77 cannot do. What is the difference between PIC 9.99 and 9v99? See, if we see storage wise, this 9.99 will take 4 bytes, whereas 9v99 takes 3 bytes of storage. Why? Because 9 point where we have give this point, this is actual decimal point, whereas v is a assumed decimal point, so that it takes 3 bytes, whereas this will take 4 bytes of the storage. What is the linkage section used for? As we all know that linkage section, as the name itself suggests, it is used for the linking. So what exactly is that? So linkage section is used to pass the data either from one program to the another program or from a JCL to the Cobol program. Whatever the data you want to send, that will be received in the linkage section. So we can say that linkage section is used for linking the program to program or program to the JCL. What is the difference between comp and comp3? See, comp, usage comp and usage comp3 both are used for the numeric data items. So this usage, when it comes to the comp, it is used or it stores the data in a binary format, whereas comp3 stores the data internally in the packed decimal format. There is another difference is that comp takes the specific, depending on your length, specific storage for the data items. Like if you have specified the size from 1 to 4, then it stores it in the fixed 2 bytes. If you specify the size from the 5 bytes to the 9, then it will take the full word for the storage, and 10 to 18, it will take double word for the storage. Whereas when it comes to the comp3, the number of the bytes required to store depends on the length. How it is? Let me say that if I have S9 of 5, so let us consider 5 as n. So it will use a formula called as n by 2 plus 1. So 5 by 2 plus 1, that would be the number of the bytes will be used for the storage. In addition to this, if it is a signed integer, this sign will be stored in the 4 bits. Okay. Which usage clause is used when I have S9 of 6 as a PIC, which takes only 3 bytes? So as right now we have discussed, with the usage comp3, this length, if it is 6, then we can use usage comp3 so that 3 bytes it will store. Whereas, but make it a point that your sign will be stored in a half byte separately. How to accept the values for comp3 and comp variables? See, the accept can be used for the display usage, for the variables which are declared with the display usage. For that, we can accept the values directly. But as comp3 and comp variable are with the usage comp, so these values accepting will not be possible directly. So what we can do is, we can declare the equivalent variables with the display usage, and we can move the values from there to the comp3 variables or the comp variables. How to pass the values from JCL to Cobol? JCL to Cobol, passing the value is possible through the PARM parameter, which we specify at the exec in the JCL, and the same values will be received in the Cobol in the linkage section variables. What is the way to passing the data to the program? See, the Cobol program receives the data using program to program. We can pass the data, or we can pass the data from the JCL to the program through the PALM parameter, or by accepting the values, we can also pass the data. So we can say that 3 ways of passing the data. When we say accept, we can pass the data from PALM parameter of the JCL. We can pass the data as well from program to program. We can pass the data. So there are 3 ways. What is the difference between continue and the next sentence? The name itself suggests if we give anywhere continue, it means that whatever the process is, that particular process will continue. Whereas next sentence will take the control to the first period, or we can say that first scope terminator. Means it will take it it will take the control out of the first scope terminator, or wherever it finds the first period, out of that or the next statement to that, it will take your control back. So what is the difference between index and subscript? Both can be used in the occurs clause. Thing is that index shows the displacement of a particular data item within a table from its starting position, whereas subscript shows the occurrence. This is the basic difference between the index and the subscript. Some of the places, index, like search and search all verbs, index will be automatically incremented, whereas subscript we have to increment manually. So guys, these were some of the few 8-9 questions we have discussed, very basic level, and in our coming videos we will be discussing some of the tricky questions in the Cobol. After that, keep practicing. Thank you.